What up, YouTube? As y'all can see, man, it's straight up snowing in the A-Town today, man. Look at that. 4 hours of snow this morning. Now it's turning into rain. But yeah, we gonna get out here today. I gotta go hunt down some parts, some stuff I've been waiting for in the mail, and this crazy weather kind of got me off track. But we gonna get back to it. I'll be back with y'all in just a minute. Yeah, y'all might not be able to see it, but it snowed and kind of turned into rain. Thankfully, it won't stick. Maybe in the morning we won't have too much ice. But yeah, this crazy Atlanta weather. Just a little something I picked up. We're gonna try to sit her down on the ground in a minute. Okay, this is what I picked up the other day. Not the other day, yesterday actually. These were what you saw in the video minus the tire. I was able to mount the tire and get them on the car, sit the front of the car down on the ground. Unfortunately, the back is still up in the air, as you can see. Ran into an issue with the studs on that. Didn't have the issue with the front because when I originally put the chrome rims on the front to clear the brakes, I needed to restud it for longer studs. So the front has already been done. And as you can see, I got plenty of clearance for the brakes now. So I'll hit these with some black paint, clean up these little scratches, and all that happened while I was trying to mount it. But no worries, these will not be the final product. They're really just for moving the vehicle around, sitting down on the ground, and just to have a backup set of tire and rim that clear the brakes. And if I need to put one on or put the set on, I can do that and don't have to go searching around for a spare tire or a donut or something like that. But I ended up getting these in trade with a guy on a selling app, and these are 2010 Camaro rims. 2010 Camaro rims. It's got a 20x8 in the front, 20x9 in the rear offset. While I had the rims off, and those are the rims that were on it, I picked those up at a local junkyard. Unfortunately, they didn't have a set of 4, but I didn't need all 4 at the time because I hadn't done the brake upgrade on the rear yet. So I still had the rallies that you saw on a previous vlog on the car. So I set out to try to find some rims, a full matching set of rims that were big enough to clear the front and back brakes. And this is what I came up with. Nothing too flashy, like I said. It's just to be able to move the car around for the time being. And you know, nothing fancy. This is not the finished product, although they do look nice. I clean them up a little bit, put some paint on them. They don't look too bad. But while I had the rim off and was swapping over to these, I started playing around with the front sway bar. Now, when I bought the brake kit, it came with upper, lower, caliper, rotor, and on the lower control arm, this Heim joint was pre-mounted to the lower control arm, and this was for the sway bar linkage connection. But as you can see, this linkage, this end link came with the sway bar, and this is stretched out as far as it can possibly go safely, and it's still not quite long enough. And that was the issue I was having with mounting the sway bar initially. While I had it off, I figured I would play around with it, due to the fact that the other one, the thread got jacked up on it. So that was another reason I stopped messing with it. But after I called CPP to find out how much one of these would cost, it was like $30 for a set. So I said, well, okay, that's not bad. And but before I order, something just told me to come out and play with it a little bit. And even if I did order another set, they wouldn't fit. That would have been a waste of time and money. These are what should be on there and what I've already started mounting. I've got this side already mounted, but I'll need some help because the other side will come undone. You can start it, but you can't get the bolt on it. So when you adjust this side to start the bolt, the other side comes undone. So when my help come back over here, we'll mount that, and that'll be it for the front. The brake lines are run to the wheels, and this is literally the wheels, and the sway bar literally was like the last things that needed to be done. Again, I restudied the front when I put those wheels on originally. So now the issue is in the rear. These studs came with the brake kit for the rear. They are 7/16 by 20, and the knurl on them is about 472 or something like that. Well, finding a 2-inch stud or better with the same knurl, kind of hard. So none of the local parts stores had it. I ended up finding some online. The knurl was a little bit bigger, but they still probably gonna fit okay. Especially after you remove these, it's opened up a little bit, so a little bit bigger knurl probably won't make that much of a difference. But I'll end up coming back to it later and doing the threaded 1/2-inch studs. I think they'll be a little bit stronger, a little bit more durable. The ARP has a set that I was looking at, and I'll probably come back with those later. But I found those after I had already ordered the 2-inch 7/16 studs. So for the time being, like I said, the car's not running and driving, so it's not gonna make that big of a difference anyway. We will just rock out with the ones that I got coming, and we'll pull all these old ones out, swap in the new ones, and also we got rear shock relocators. I have been waiting for them to show up. They came, and we are going to attack that all when the studs get here, so I can kind of wrap up the back. Really, that's about all we got going on in the back. I do want to find these rubber bump stops. I actually left a brand new pair on the 10 bolt that was in here, and I just got to reorder some more of those and get those mounted, and that will be it really for the rear. running the brake lines to the center proportion valve distribution block right there, and that will be it really for the rear. Like I said, the studs, the shock relocations, and the brake lines, that will wrap up the back completely. I can't say completely, because I do have to mount these, but until we get a motor and transmission and can figure out what the pinion angle is going to be, this will probably be the absolute last thing that will get done. It's the rear sway bar positioning and mounting. So for the time being, it's really just mounted to the axle, and I got it hanging with some zip ties so they won't fall and, you know, get damaged, be in the way, anything like that. But so yeah, once we do the studs and do all of that other stuff, we'll be able to mount the rear wheels and put it down on the ground. And at that point, really, we still have the fuel system and the feed for the rear brake line, and that will take care of pretty much everything I plan on doing under the rear of the car for right now. But we'll come back later on and do some bracing under the frame, maybe box in a few areas. But for right now, we're getting close to being able to sit it down on the ground, all four wheels and tires that match, and move on to something else, which will be hear it run. I want to hear this thing run. So moving on from here, man, I really don't have any plans to do anything today. I'm really just waiting for those parts to show up so I can wrap up the back. But in the meantime, the next video I shoot, I'm going to be going over to my homeboy's house and removing some parts off of a Yukon that I sold him last year. It's been in an accident, and I'm going to just pick some parts off of it that may come in handy for this build. Some stuff that I can just familiarize myself with, like wire harness, fuse block, all that good stuff. And if nothing else, set some of it to the side for just in case. So that'll be the next vlog. I hope to be able to get it to you before too long. Next week is gonna be, well, this upcoming week is gonna be rainy. I don't know what day is gonna be a good day, really. The weather's so crazy, but that's gonna be the next vlog. And whether or not, depending on when these parts show up, that'll be either prior to or the following vlog after I go visit the Yukon. But for right now, man, gotta find something to do with these rims. I may sit them out here on the curb and see if some of my neighbors might take them off my hands. I don't really know nobody looking for no 18s. But somebody might find some value in them. But until the next video, man, Y'all share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking, man. If you see something I should be doing or I shouldn't be doing, just let me know, man. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I do this for fun, just for me. It's not to impress nobody. It's not for anyone else's approval. But I enjoy cars. I know it's a lot of people out there that enjoy cars too, and hopefully they can find a little bit of information in it, something helpful, and that's enough for me. So until next time, we'll catch up with you. Peace. Y'all be safe out there.